So the fact that this search so far is going under the radar is probably a good thing. And I don't, guys, some of you are going to say, well, Donno, if it's been so quiet, it means Mario's not doing anything. How come Mario's not trying to get this? Believe me, I'm sure Mario, now he obviously is still spending some time recruiting because National Signing Day is this week, but believe me, Mario, I'm sure, is kicking the tires. He's scheduling interviews or conducting interviews. I guarantee you work is being done behind the scenes on this. If anything, the fact that it's been so quiet before is probably a good sign that there aren't a whole lot of leaks in the building, which you always like, okay? But a couple of things that I get the sense of today, okay? I get the sense over these last few days as this whole thing is marinating a little bit. I get the sense that Scott Frost could be more serious of a candidate than I initially thought. Like I threw his name out initially because, hey, this guy's out of a job. He's a guy who's had success as an offensive coordinator in the past. It makes sense here. I don't know. I'm hearing his name enough that I'm getting the sense now that Frost could become a serious candidate. He obviously is in need of a job and a little bit of career rehab after how poorly things went for him as a head coach in Nebraska. Nebraska is also a dumpster fire, as you guys know. And listen, Mario Cristobal, he respects the work that Scott Frost did, not only at UCF, where he obviously did a great job there, but he respects the work that Frost did at Oregon, working under Chip Kelly. Because I know Mario really, really likes Chip Kelly's offense a lot. So Scott Frost, he could be more of a name, even more of a name to look at than I thought a couple of days ago. So another thing, I get the sense that those rumors Friday and Saturday about Dan Mullen being in Coral Gables last Friday, I get the sense that those were either severely overstated or possibly untrue completely. Like that maybe if he was in town, that he didn't even actually see Cristobal because, I saw like Gabby Urrutia, for example, had the timeline of when because remember Mario was out recruiting on that helicopter last week, that at the time when Mullen was supposedly in Coral Gables, and again, I haven't seen any photographic evidence of this, but at that time, Mario was not even in town. He was like in Louisiana somewhere riding a chopper. So I don't even know if the timelines match up. Like, so maybe Mullen either wasn't here, period, or if he actually was here, perhaps he was just traveling through. I would love him to be a candidate, though. I'm trying to temper expectations, right? So if by chance Dan Mullen did interview for the job, I hope he did. I don't think he did, but if he did, it's being kept extremely secret, which I guess would be a good thing if that's the case. Okay. So personally, as of today, I have really no reason to feel good about Dan Mullen being an actual candidate for the job. But if that changes, I will let you know. And I have heard some rumblings that, that Miami might go a little bit bigger here or try to go a little bit bigger here than some people think. Because, yeah, we've talked about some of the quote unquote safer candidates, like people that Mario Cristobal already knows very well, like Marcus Arroyo. Like he and Cristobal worked together well. They won a lot together at Oregon when Arroyo was Cristobal's OC in 2018 and 2019. And, James Coley, who's an excellent recruiter. Mario worked with him many years ago at FIU, and Coley has worked at Miami before. He recruits the area very well. Like names like that, I think, are always going to be rightly thrown out because those are probably safer, and when I say safe, I mean people that Cristobal already knows. Cristobal knows they can recruit and people that he's worked with before. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's limiting his search to people like that. Like he may also be aiming for people that you guys and me would consider bigger names. So, obviously somebody like Dan Mullen, if he is really in the mix, I don't know if he is, that would certainly fit the bill of bigger names being thrown out there.